Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving deep into some fascinating research about side hustles, specifically for Black Gen Xers thinking about moving abroad.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited. So many people dream of experiencing new cultures, you know, and broadening their horizons.
Definitely.
But the money part can be a real roadblock.
Right.
That's where side hustles come in. And the research really opens your eyes to the sheer number of options out there
There really are a ton.
to make money while living abroad.
It's like the whole world is opening up right now.
Yeah.
The global job market is so dynamic and remote work is changing the game.
It's crazy how much the internet has changed things.
It really has.
Speaking of the internet, one thing that really jumped out from the research was just how valuable tech skills are.
Like gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coding, web development, digital marketing.
You've got it.
Like you can literally attract clients internationally just by having a good online portfolio.
I know people who've done exactly that.
Yeah.
And that opens doors to places like Canada, Germany, Australia.
Those are some good options.
They have strong job markets and their immigration policies are pretty welcoming.
It's not just about North America and Europe either.
Right.
The research also mentions opportunities in Asia Pacific, like Singapore and Japan.
Oh, yeah, tons of potential there.
But no matter where you go, cultural awareness is key.
Absolutely. Adapt and thrive. That's the motto.
That's so true.
Yeah.
It's not just about the skills. It's about understanding and respecting the culture of your new home.
Could not agree more.
And the research doesn't just stop at tech skills.
No way.
It also highlights the global need for language skills.
Right.
Being multilingual can open up so many doors.
It's true.
Things like translation, teaching, even cultural consulting.
Those are some great examples.
And for the creative types, the research points out graphic design, photography, writing.
Those are my people.
Right. Imagine selling your designs on Etsy
I can't.
or being a photographer for travel bloggers
Oh, wow. What a life.
or a freelance writer for international publications.
It's all possible.
It's mind-blowing. But let's get down to brass tacks.
Sure.
The research breaks down some really cool side hustle avenues, perfect for this global lifestyle.
I'm ready to hear it.
And the one that really caught my eye was freelancing.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's just amazing how platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer,
I use those all the time.
they've made it so easy to connect with clients all over the world.
Yeah, no matter where you are.
It's incredible.
It's so freeing.
You could be a graphic designer in Buenos Aires one month
I'd love
and a
to.
web developer in Lisbon the next.
Seriously, the flexibility is unbeatable.
But let's not sugarcoat it.
Right.
The research is clear that to really make it as a freelancer abroad, you need more than just skills.
Definitely.
You need a strategy,
For sure.
a strong portfolio, good self-promotion, networking online and in person.
It's the whole package.
That's what makes the difference.
Couldn't agree more.
And it's about more than just getting your name out there.
Oh, yeah.
You've got to build relationships.
It's all about connections.
Understand the needs of international clients.
Their expectations might be different.
And sometimes that means navigating different communication styles
Absolutely.
and juggling time zones.
Right.
But the rewards can be amazing.
Totally worth it.
Now, for those who are all about being their own boss, the research also goes deep on online businesses,
Ooh, I'm listening.
specifically e-commerce and blogging.
Two of my favorites.
I mean, imagine building your online empire from a beach in Thailand.
Stop! I'm already there.
I know, right? It's so exciting. With e-commerce, the research is big on niche selection.
You've got to stand out
You have to really understand your target market.
and know what they want.
And platforms like Shopify and Etsy make setting up shops so simple.
Seriously, it's never been easier.
But just having a beautiful online store isn't enough.
Nope.
You've got to bring the traffic.
Get those eyeballs.
And that's where social media marketing,
Gotta love social media.
engaging with online communities,
Find your people.
and SEO come in.
Yes, the magic of SEO.
It's about getting your product in front of the right eyes.
It's a science.
And then there's blogging.
I love a good blog.
It's about sharing your knowledge and your passion with a global audience.
What could be better?
You could blog about travel, lifestyle, culture,
Those are some great niches.
anything that lights you up.
It's got to be something you love.
And the research even shows how you can earn money through ads,
Passive income, yes, please.
affiliate marketing,
Another great option.
and sponsored content.
It all adds up.
It's incredible. Now, speaking of building a sustainable income stream, the research also delves into remote work.
It's the future,
It's not just a fad, it's a whole lifestyle.
for sure.
And with companies like Automatic and Buffer fully embracing remote work models, It's becoming a legitimate way to build a career while living abroad.
It's not just for freelancers anymore.
It's amazing, and there are even dedicated remote job boards like remote.co, We Work Remotely, Flex Jobs.
Yeah, those are great resources.
They make finding these opportunities so much easier.
Like a shortcut to your dream job.
But of course, we've got to be realistic.
Okay.
Remote work, especially from abroad, does require a certain level of discipline.
I'd say so.
You have to be organized.
Structure is key.
Create a dedicated workspace.
Find your zone.
Master time management techniques.
Stay focused.
And prioritize self-care
Can't forget that.
to stay on track and productive.
That's a marathon, not a sprint.
That's a great analogy. Now, let's shift gears and talk about money matters.
I'm always down for that.
The research emphasizes investing as a fantastic way to generate passive income while living abroad.
Make your money work for you.
It's brilliant. It's like having your money earn money in the background while you're exploring the world.
I love that visual.
And there are so many investment strategies to consider.
Let's hear them.
Real estate's always a classic.
Owning property, can't go wrong.
You could buy rental properties maybe in your home country or even abroad
That's a great idea.
and earn income through rent.
Steady cash flow.
The research even mentions REITs,
Oh yeah, those are interesting.
real estate investment trusts.
Right. For those who want less hands-on involvement.
It's like investing in real estate without actually being a landlord.
That sounds pretty appealing.
Right. And then there's the stock market.
The world of stocks.
Dividend-paying stocks can provide regular income,
Nice, consistent payouts.
while index funds and ETFs offer diversification and growth potential.
Spread that risk.
It's about finding the right mix for your goals and risk tolerance.
I like it.
The research even mentions peer-to-peer lending, which is a newer approach.
I haven't heard much about that one.
It involves lending money to borrowers through online platforms and earning interest payments.
It's like being your own bank.
It is. But of course, with any investment, it's essential to do your research,
Absolutely.
understand the risks involved,
Don't go in blind.
and maybe even consult with a financial advisor to make sure you're making informed decisions.
Great advice.
Now, moving beyond the financial side, let's talk about something equally important:
I'm all ears.
networking and community building.
Crucial, especially in a new environment.
It's not just about finding work.
It's more than that.
It's about connecting with people,
Building those bonds.
finding your tribe,
Creating a support system.
especially in a new place.
It can make all the difference.
I love that. And the research actually provides some great tips for building your network abroad,
Lay it on me.
engaging with local and expat communities,
Find your people.
joining relevant groups,
Shared interests.
attending events,
Get out there.
using social media to your advantage.
The power of the internet.
All of these can help you forge meaningful connections.
And build that sense of belonging.
It's amazing how much technology can connect people,
It's a game changer.
even across continents.
Truly.
And don't underestimate the power of face-to-face interaction.
Real-life connections are essential.
Attend cultural festivals, farmers markets, business expos.
Immerse yourself in the local scene.
These are all fantastic opportunities to meet people.
And learn about your new home.
And workshops or seminars related to your interests or industry can open up even more doors.
So many possibilities.
It's all about being proactive and putting yourself out there.
Take the initiative.
Remember, networking isn't just about collecting business cards.
It's deeper than that.
It's about building genuine relationships,
Real connections.
fostering mutual support,
Helping each other out.
and exploring potential collaborations.
You never know what might come from it.
And who knows, maybe those collaborations will turn into lifelong friendships.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Absolutely. So we've laid the groundwork, exploring the incredible potential of side hustles for Black Gen Xers looking to move abroad.
We've covered a lot of ground.
But this is just the beginning of our deep dive.
I can't wait to hear more.
Stay tuned, because in the next part, we'll be getting into the nitty-gritty
I love the nitty-gritty.
of these side hustle strategies and sharing real-world examples of people who are living the dream.
I'm ready to be inspired.
Get ready for some serious motivation. We'll be right back after a quick break.
Can't wait. All right, welcome back to our deep dive into side hustles.
Yeah, I'm excited to dig into some specific strategies and see how people are actually making this dream work.
Right.
Before the break, we were talking about building that solid financial foundation through investments.
Right.
And real estate really stood out in the
That
research.
classic, for good reason.
Yeah,
The-
but can be a bit intimidating, especially when you're thinking about doing it abroad.
It can be, yeah, but the payoff, huge.
Okay, I'm listening.
Imagine owning an apartment in Lisbon.
Ooh, Lisbon.
Or a beachside villa in Bali, just generating income while you're soaking up the sun and the culture.
Sounds pretty good to me.
It's the dream.
Yeah.
But I get it, taking that leap, buying property in a foreign country.
Yeah, how do you even get started?
It's not as simple as back home, that's for sure.
I figured as much.
Different laws, regulations, not to mention the cultural nuances.
Oh, yeah. Got to figure that out.
The research really stresses doing your homework.
Makes sense.
Maybe working with local real estate agents, lawyers who specialize in international transactions.
So you found a property, navigated all the legal stuff.
Oh.
Now what? What are the options for actually making money?
Okay. One way is to rent it out long-term.
Good old-fashioned renting.
Steady income stream.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to deal with being a landlord, hire a property management company.
Especially if you're living in another country.
They handle everything.
That takes the pressure off.
Right. Hassle-free income.
I like it. But the research also mentioned REITs as an alternative.
No, yeah, REITs. Good call.
Can you refresh my memory on those? What are they exactly?
They're real estate investment trusts. Basically, companies that own and operate income-producing real estate.
Okay.
So instead of buying a property directly,
You're investing in the company?
you invest in shares of a REIT, kind of like stocks.
Okay, I'm starting to get it.
And then the REIT distributes a portion of its income to shareholders.
As dividends.
Dividends, yeah, regular payouts.
So it's like investing in real estate.
Without the landlord headaches.
Without all the responsibility.
Exactly. Less hands-on.
That sounds pretty appealing, actually.
It's a good option for sure.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit.
Sure.
Talk about the stock market, another big one for building wealth.
Always a good topic.
Yeah, generating income.
It can seem intimidating,
It does, I'll admit.
but it's more accessible than you might think. Trust me on this one.
I've always been curious, but it always felt like this complex world only for financial experts.
I hear you.
Like, where do you even begin?
Great question, and a great place to start is dividend-paying stocks.
Dividend-paying stocks, okay.
These are companies that literally share their profits with shareholders.
Wow, really?
On a regular basis, it's like getting paid to own a piece of the company.
That's wild.
Mm.
How do you pick the right ones, though? There's so many out there.
Oh, yeah. Tons of options. Research is key here.
Of course.
Look for companies with a solid track record of paying dividends.
History is important.
And a stable financial outlook. You're investing in businesses you believe in.
And businesses that are doing well.
Right. Solid foundations.
I've also heard a lot about diversification. What's that all about?
It's a fundamental principle. It means spreading your investments across different things.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. Different asset classes, industries, geographic regions. The idea is to reduce risk.
Okay, so if one investment doesn't do well, others might pick up the slack.
Exactly. Cushion the impact.
And the research suggests considering index funds and ETFs for this.
Index funds and ETFs, good options for diversification.
Can you break those down for me? I always get those mixed up.
Sure, think of index funds as baskets of stocks that track a specific market index.
Okay, a basket of stocks.
Like the S&P 500, you're essentially investing in a tiny piece of hundreds of companies.
Instant diversification.
That's the idea. ETFs are similar, but they're traded on stock exchanges, like individual stocks.
So if I invest in an index fund or ETF
You're spreading your risk.
and potentially benefiting from the overall growth of the market,
You got it. Now, ready for something a little different.
hit me.
The research mentioned peer-to-peer lending. It's a newer investment option.
Okay, I have to admit I'm not familiar with that one.
It's pretty cool. It basically connects borrowers and lenders directly through online platforms.
So cutting out the banks.
Yeah, no middleman. You can choose to fund part of a loan, or all of it, and earn interest as the borrower repays.
That sounds interesting, but what about the risk? What if someone doesn't pay back the loan?
Good point. There are risks, just like any investment, but these platforms have ways to assess borrowers.
To see if they're reliable.
Right, creditworthiness and all that. But it's still important to do your own research, understand the potential for loss.
Makes sense.
Diversifying your loans across multiple borrowers can help mitigate the risk.
Okay, so spread the risk like we talked about with stocks.
Exactly the same principle.
It seems like with any investment strategy, research and informed decision-making are key.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power.
Now, let's talk about something that's super important for any successful move abroad.
What is it?
Networking and community building,
I can't emphasize that enough.
especially when you're in a new country.
You need that support system.
It's not just about finding work or launching a business.
It's about connecting with people,
Sharing experiences, supporting each other through the ups and downs of expat life.
finding your tribe. That's what it's all about.
And the research offers some great strategies for doing just that.
Tell me more.
Connecting with both local and expat communities is huge.
Expand your circle.
There are often groups specifically for expats,
Instant network.
people who get what it's like to live in a new country.
Shared experiences, valuable insights.
Makes a huge difference.
So true.
Okay, so what are some examples of these groups, events, where someone could connect with other expats?
Meetup groups, social events, online forums, even Facebook groups.
Facebook groups, those are still going strong.
Definitely. Dedicated to connecting expats in specific cities or regions.
So you can find people who are right where you are.
Yeah, or planning to be. Tons of resources, advice, recommendations.
And just that feeling of not being alone.
Exactly. That's so important.
That makes a lot of sense, especially when you're first settling in.
It's that initial support system.
What about connecting with the local community?
That's where the real immersion happens.
What are some good ways to build relationships with people who are from the area?
Exploring local events is a great start.
Okay, what kind of events?
Cultural festivals, farmers markets, volunteering opportunities.
Get involved, meet the locals.
That's the spirit.
And I'm guessing language classes would be a good way to connect too.
Oh, absolutely. Learning the local language, even just a little bit,
Shows respect,
opens up communication.
breaks down barriers.
It's a game changer.
And don't forget about shared interests.
Always a good connector.
Joining clubs, attending workshops, volunteering,
All great ways to find your people.
regardless of nationality.
It's about shared passions.
Finding that common ground.
Building those bridges.
And building relationships based on mutual respect.
That's the foundation.
Okay, let's delve deeper into those specific side hustle avenues.
I'm ready.
Freelancing, e-commerce, blogging, remote work.
Let's break it down.
Freelancing first, that freedom and flexibility.
The freelance life.
What stood out in the research?
Finding your niche and building a strong online presence.
In today's world, your online presence is everything.
It's your virtual storefront.
Yeah, got to have a professional website or portfolio.
Non-negotiable these days.
Showcase your skills, your experience, your personality.
Let your personality shine through.
Attract those clients.
Make them want to work with you.
So it's not just about listing your skills, it's about showing what you've achieved with them.
Exactly. Prove your worth.
Results speak volumes.
And choosing a niche. Specializing in something specific.
So you're not trying to be all things to all people.
Focus your energy
Makes you more marketable.
and helps you stand out from the crowd.
Okay, that makes sense. But how do you actually find clients? There's so much competition online.
It's a crowded marketplace.
How do you get your name out there?
Online platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer, those are great starting points.
I've heard of those.
They're like virtual marketplaces, connect freelancers with clients worldwide.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, you create a profile, showcase your skills, bid on projects.
Okay, I see how that works.
But building your own online presence outside those platforms is crucial too.
So you're not just relying on those platforms.
Right. Diversify your
That's
efforts.
having your own website, your own blog,
Control your narrative.
share your thoughts, your insights, case studies.
Position yourself as an expert.
Attract clients who resonate with your style.
Find your ideal audience.
That makes a lot of sense, and I'm guessing social media is a big part of this.
Oh, yeah, huge. Got to leverage those platforms.
LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram.
Build your brand.
Connect with potential clients.
Share your work.
Engage in conversations.
Be part of the community.
Okay, all of this sounds great, but what about the practicalities of freelancing abroad?
There are definitely challenges.
Like what?
Time zone differences can be a big one.
Oh yeah, working with clients across multiple continents.
It's a juggling act.
How do you manage that?
Clear communication is key.
Makes sense.
Set expectations up front.
Regarding availability, response times.
Everyone needs to be on the same page.
What about language barriers?
That's a common concern.
Do you need to be fluent in multiple languages to work with international clients?
It's definitely a plus, but not always a requirement.
Okay, that's good to know.
Many clients are happy with excellent English skills, especially in fields like tech and marketing.
Where English is the common language.
Right, but even then, being mindful of cultural differences.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Adapting your communication style.
Makes a big difference.
Builds trust and rapport.
Okay, let's move on to e-commerce. That whole idea of having your own online store.
The entrepreneurial spirit.
Selling products to a global audience.
No limit.
What did the research say about this?
Niche selection is crucial.
I've heard that term before. What does it mean?
Finding your specific corner of the market is something you can excel at.
Not trying to be everything to everyone.
Focus your efforts, Cater to a specific group of customers.
Find your people.
Exactly. Identify a need, a problem your product solves.
Become the solution.
Thorough market research is key here.
Don't just jump in blindly.
Find that sweet spot, healthy demand, not too much competition.
Okay, you found your niche. What's next?
Choosing the right e-commerce platform.
Ah, right, the website stuff.
There's so many options.
Shopify, Etsy, WooCommerce, Magento. I'm lost already.
It can be overwhelming. Shopify is great for beginners.
Easy to use.
Beautiful templates, quick setup.
So simplicity is key there.
Etsy is perfect for handmade and vintage items.
Ah, for the crafty folks.
Built-in audience of shoppers looking for unique stuff.
So Shopify for simplicity, Etsy for a specific market.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
What about those other two?
WooCommerce is more flexible, customizable.
For those who want more control.
Good for WordPress users.
Okay, and Magento.
That's for the big players, enterprise level.
For the more established businesses.
Complex needs, lots of features.
Okay, so there's a platform for everyone.
Every level of experience, every budget.
But the big question is, how do you get people to actually buy your products?
Marketing, marketing, marketing.
Right, got to get the word out.
The research emphasizes a multifaceted approach.
Okay, break that down for me.
Social media marketing, SEO, email marketing, content marketing.
I'm familiar with some of those, not all of them.
Social media, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, connecting with potential customers.
Showing off those products.
Driving traffic to your store.
And SEO, that's the search engine stuff, right?
Optimizing your website, product listings to rank higher in search results.
So people can find you easily.
Exactly. Make yourself visible.
Okay, so social media is about building relationships. SEO is about making sure people can find you.
That's a great summary.
What about email marketing?
Build an email list. Send regular newsletters, updates, promotions.
Keep people engaged.
And content marketing. Create valuable content.
Blog posts, articles, videos.
Infographics. Educate your audience. Attract them to your website.
So it's a combination of all of these things working together.
To reach a wider audience and boost sales.
Okay, let's talk about blogging. That's something I've always been interested in.
It's a great way to share your voice.
Share your knowledge, connect with people, maybe even make some money.
It's a rewarding pursuit.
What are some key things to consider if you want to start a blog, especially if you're living abroad?
Choose a niche you're passionate about, something you know a lot about.
So it's got to be something you love.
Absolutely. And remember, it takes time to build an audience.
Be patient.
Consistency is key. High quality content, promotion.
You've got to put in the work.
It's a long-term game.
What are some good ways to promote a blog and reach more people?
Social media is your friend. Share your posts on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest.
Get that cross-promotion going.
Drive traffic to your website.
What are some other ways besides social media?
Guest posting on other websites in your niche.
Get exposure to a new audience.
Build those backlinks, improve your SEO.
So it's all connected.
And engage in online communities, forums related to your niche.
Connect with potential readers.
Share your expertise, become a valuable contributor.
Now, how do bloggers actually make money?
The monetization question.
I'm curious about this.
Display advertising, affiliate marketing, selling digital products, sponsored content. Those are some of the big ones.
Okay, can you explain each one?
Display advertising. You put ads on your website through ad networks like Google AdSense.
So those little banners and pop-ups?
You earn a little bit each time someone clicks.
So it's based on views.
More or less.
What about affiliate marketing?
You recommend products or services you love.
Things you actually use.
And get a commission when your readers buy through your unique link.
So you're earning based on sales.
Yeah, it's a performance-based model.
Okay, I'm starting to understand.
Selling digital products, ebooks, online courses, printables, that's another avenue.
Create something valuable, sell it directly.
And sponsored content, partnering with brands.
Like brand collaborations.
To create content that promotes their products.
Makes sense. So there are a lot of different ways to make money from a blog.
It's a diverse landscape.
And the best approach depends on a lot of factors.
Your niche, your audience, your goals.
Now let's talk about remote work. That's a hot topic for anyone looking to move abroad.
It's the future of work for many.
What are some key things to consider when searching for those opportunities?
Be clear about your skills, your experience, the type of work you want.
Know what you bring to the table.
Tailor your resume, your cover letter, highlight your remote work experience.
So you can show employers you're a good fit.
Show them you can work independently, manage your time, communicate effectively.
It's a different skill set.
And know the different types of remote work arrangements.
Okay, like what?
Some companies are fully remote,
Everyone works from home,
others are hybrid.
a mix of remote and in-office.
It's about finding what works for you.
What aligns with your lifestyle?
Exactly.
Okay, where do you even start looking for these remote jobs?
Dedicated remote job boards are great. Remote.co, we work remotely. Flex Jobs,
I've seen those,
they curate listings specifically for remote positions.
so you don't have to wade through all the irrelevant ones.
Be a time saver.
You can also search on traditional job boards.
Indeed, LinkedIn.
Use keywords like remote or work from home.
That narrows down the search.
What about networking? Does that still play a role?
Absolutely. Networking is always valuable.
Even in the remote world,
Reach out to your contacts, attend online events, join online communities.
it's all about building those connections. Okay, so job boards, traditional search methods, networking, all important.
A multifaceted approach.
But remote work can't be all sunshine and roses.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges?
Maintaining work-life balance can be tricky.
When your office is your home,
Boundaries get blurred.
how do you manage that? Designated workspace, set work hours, communicate your availability,
Let people know when you're on and off the clock.
and prioritize self-care, breaks, sleep, activities you enjoy.
It's easy to get burnt out.
That's why self-care is crucial.
What about the social aspect? Do you miss out on that office camaraderie?
It's a valid concern, but there are ways to stay connected.
Like what?
Video calls, online chat, virtual team building activities.
Get creative.
And don't forget about real-life connections.
Yeah, gotta get out there.
Join local clubs, attend events, explore your surroundings.
Okay, we've talked a lot about the practical side of working abroad.
Logistics, strategies, challenges.
But there's one more thing we need to address.
What's that?
The legal and financial aspects.
The nitty-gritty details.
It's easy to get swept up in the excitement of moving abroad.
I know, it's tempting to just dive in.
But you gotta be prepared for the realities.
Of living and working in a new country.
Different laws, regulations, cultural norms,
It's a whole new world. What are some of the key things people should be thinking about?
visas. Top of the list.
Okay, gotta have the right paperwork.
Each country has its own rules.
And some are more welcoming than others.
Definitely.
And getting a visa can be a complex process.
Paperwork, timelines, it can be overwhelming.
The research mentions specific visa programs for freelancers and entrepreneurs.
Oh yeah, those can be a good option.
So there are resources out there.
Definitely, it's about finding the right fit.
But even with the right visa, taxes can be a whole other headache.
Oh yeah, taxes, don't forget about those.
You might even owe taxes in both countries.
Double taxation, it's a thing.
How do you even figure that out?
Tax treaties can help.
Okay, we talked about those earlier, those agreements between countries.
To avoid being taxed twice on the same income.
So it's designed to make things easier for people working abroad.
Exactly, but they can be complicated.
I bet.
The specific rules depend on the countries involved.
Seems like it would be worth talking to a professional.
Oh yeah, a tax advisor who specializes in international taxation.
They can help you navigate all that.
And make sure you're complying with the laws in both countries.
What other financial things should people be aware of?
Healthcare is a big one.
Oh yeah, can't forget about that.
Every country has its own system.
Some have universal health care.
Others rely on private insurance.
That's a mixed bag.
Research is key here. Understand the system in your target country.
Know what your options are.
And secure appropriate coverage before you go.
Don't wait till you get there.
Especially if you have pre-existing conditions.
Makes sense. What about banking?
Another important one.
Is it hard to set up a bank account in a foreign country?
It can be, especially without a local address or proof of residency.
So you need some groundwork laid?
Contact banks in advance, understand their requirements.
Some might need a minimum deposit, proof of income, even a referral.
It varies from country to country.
Okay, so preparation is key.
Absolutely. Now let's shift gears a bit.
Yep.
Talk about cultural adaptation, the human side of moving abroad.
Yeah, that's a big part of it.
It can be exciting and challenging.
New customs, values, ways of life.
A whole new perspective.
The research highlights being open-minded,
Embrace the differences.
respectful, willing to learn.
Be a student of the culture.
I love that it's about seeing those differences as opportunities for growth.
Expand your horizons.
What are some practical tips for adapting to a new culture?
Learning the language is a great start.
Even just basic
It
phrases
go a long way.
shows you're making an effort.
And be aware of cultural norms.
Like what?
Dining customs, dress codes, social interactions.
So many things to learn.
Observe the locals, ask questions.
Don't be afraid to ask.
Most people are happy to share their culture.
If you're genuinely interested.
It's about that curiosity.
I know all this can feel overwhelming.
It's a lot to take in.
So many things to consider.
But remember, you're not alone.
There are resources out there.
Online forums, expat communities, professionals who can help.
Immigration lawyers, financial advisors.
Seek support, connect with others who've been through it,
It's about building that network.
and learning from their experiences.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
That's a good one.
Take it one step at a time.
Celebrate those milestones.
And remember, the rewards can be incredible.
Life-changing experiences.
New cultures, expanded horizons, a life that truly aligns with your dreams.
It's all within reach.
It's inspiring to think about.
And the challenges are part of the adventure.
They make the triumphs even sweeter.
Exactly. Now, before we move on,
To the final part of our deep dive,
I'm ready.
I want to acknowledge that moving abroad is a big decision.
Not for the faint of heart.
It takes planning, research, and a willingness to step outside your comfort zone.
Embrace the unknown.
But for those who are ready, the possibilities are endless.
The world is your oyster.
That's a great way to put it. Now stay tuned, because in the final part,
We're going deep.
we'll be exploring specific examples of Black Gen Xers who have successfully moved abroad,
Real-life stories.
created fulfilling lives, thriving careers through side hustles.
Inspiration awaits.
Get ready to be motivated.
I can't wait.
All right, welcome back to the final part of our deep dive. We've talked about investments, freelancing, online businesses, so much good stuff.
We've covered a lot of ground.
But the research goes even deeper, sharing some real-world success stories.
Oh yeah, the inspiration part.
Black Gen Xers thriving abroad.
Living proof it's possible.
But before we get to those, there's one more crucial thing we need to touch on.
Okay, what's that?
Something that can make or break your experience abroad.
I'm all ears.
It's understanding the legal and financial landscape of working in another country.
The fine print.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in the romantic vision,
The dream life.
but being prepared for the practical realities is key.
Absolutely. Set yourself up for success.
So what are some of the key things people should be thinking about?
Visas are a big one. Each country has its own rules for foreigners who want to live and work there.
Right? Gotta have the right paperwork.
Some countries are more welcoming than others.
I figured as much.
And the application process can be pretty complex.
Oh, I bet.
The research actually highlights some visa programs specifically for freelancers and entrepreneurs.
Oh, that's helpful. Sort of a roadmap.
Yeah, makes it a little easier to navigate.
Okay, but even with the right visa, wouldn't taxes be another hurdle?
Oh yeah, taxes, can't forget about those.
You might even have to pay taxes in both your home country and your new country.
Double taxation, it's a real thing.
How do you even figure that out?
Well, there's something called a tax treaty.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those, but I'm not really sure what they are.
Basically, it's an agreement between two countries
Yeah.
about how income earned by residents of one country is taxed in the other.
So it's to prevent you from getting taxed twice on the same income.
Exactly. It's supposed to make things simpler for people working abroad.
Okay, that makes sense, but they sound pretty complicated.
They can be, yeah.
The research really recommends talking to a professional.
Oh, yeah. Get a tax advisor who specializes in international taxation.
They can guide you through the process.
And make sure you're following the rules in both countries.
What about other financial stuff people should be thinking about?
Healthcare is a big one.
Of course, that's important.
Every country has its own system.
Some have universal health care.
Others rely more on private insurance.
So it's important to research the system in your chosen destination.
Definitely know what to expect.
Make sure you have the right coverage,
Don't wait till you get there.
especially if you have pre-existing conditions.
Right. You want to be prepared.
What about banking? Is it hard to set up a bank account in another country?
It can be. Yeah, especially without a local address or proof of residency.
Those are usually requirements.
Yeah, so contact banks in your target country beforehand.
Okay, get the ball rolling early.
Understand their requirements. Some might need a minimum deposit, proof of income, maybe even a referral,
It's all about being prepared.
and avoiding those last-minute surprises.
Okay, let's talk about the cultural adaptation process. That seems like a big part of moving abroad.
It's huge. Adapting to a new culture.
New customs, new values.
It's a journey. Embrace the differences.
Be open-minded.
Respectful, willing to learn,
I love that it's about seeing those differences as opportunities.
to grow and expand your horizons.
Any practical tips for making that cultural transition smoother?
Learning the language is always a good idea, even just basic phrases.
Shows you're making an effort.
And pay attention to cultural norms, dining customs, dress codes, how people interact.
Watch and learn.
Ask questions. People are usually happy to share their culture.
If you're genuinely interested.
Curiosity is key.
I know all this can seem overwhelming.
It's a lot to process.
Moving abroad is a big decision.
It is, but there's so much support out there.
Online forums, expat groups, immigration lawyers, financial advisors.
People who can help you navigate the process.
Seek out those resources, connect with others who've been through it.
It's a community effort.
And remember, the rewards can be extraordinary.
Life-changing experiences.
New cultures, new perspectives, a life that truly aligns with your values and dreams.
The challenges are just part of the adventure.
They make the triumphs even sweeter.
That's a great way to put it.
All right, let's finally hear about those inspiring individuals from the research.
The real-world success stories.
Black Gen Xers who are living proof that this dream is possible.
Let's start with Alicia, a graphic designer from Chicago.
Okay, Felicia.
Always had that wanderlust spirit.
Travel bug.
She took her design skills on the road, embraced the freelance lifestyle.
I love that.
Now she's based in Bali,
Bali, wow.
designing websites, branding materials for clients all over the world.
Working from paradise.
And enjoying the island life, the culture, the natural beauty.
It's amazing how she's combined her passion with her love of travel.
Created a life that reflects who she is.
That's the dream.
And then there's Marcus, former engineer from Atlanta.
Okay, Mark.
Turned his love of cooking into a thriving online business.
Passion project turned global business.
He launched a website and YouTube channel sharing his Jamaican recipes.
His culinary heritage?
Now he's based in Lisbon.
Lisbon, another great city.
Teaching online cooking classes, partnering with food brands.
Wow, he's really made a name for himself.
Even planning to open a small restaurant showcasing his Jamaican cuisine.
I love that, sharing his culture through food.
Connecting with people around the world.
These side hustles, they really allow you to tap into your unique skills.
Your interests, your experiences.
Create something meaningful, sustainable.
No matter where you are.
It's so inspiring to see these examples.
People who dared to dream big.
Created lives that are both fulfilling and financially secure.
It's all about taking that leap of faith.
With a bit of planning, a lot of determination.
And a willingness to embrace the unknown.
Anything is possible.
That's the message we want to leave you with.
Don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone.
Explore the world.
Create the life you've always dreamed of.
The world is waiting.
That's such a beautiful thought. Thank you so much for joining us on this incredible deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights, practical tips, a renewed sense of possibility.
Remember, the world is your oyster.
Now go out there and make your dreams a reality.